Okay, here's a quick demo of the new rebrush tool, which is replacing the existing recolor tool. It also does the same job as the rebrush tool that's on the experimental builds. If you download this build, that won't work anymore, so use this one. When you select it, you get a nice little side panel that's got 4 toggle buttons on. They can all be on or off independently. So it defaults to recolor being on, which means it will work the same way as the old recolor tool. So let's try drawing a few brush strokes first. And then recolor, switch to new color, choose the Repaint tool, and as you'd expect, you get new colors. To use rebrushing, you toggle rebrush on, pick a new brush type. Now, rebrush didn't used to work like this, but after picking a brush, you've got to go back and re-enable Repaint. I'm trying to think of a better way for that to work, but there is a reason for it. So there you go. We're changing brushes now. And you can do both at once. You can have recolor on, let's do a nice purple, recolor and repaint. The final mode is brush size. So let's try picking a nice big brush, repaint, turn them all off apart from resize, and there's your big fat brush strokes. Let's go back to a smaller size. You've got to keep switching back to the brush tool for this. It's a bit annoying, but there you go. So those are the 3 types of recolor, rebrush, resize, re-something. The last button turns jitter on and off. Now this interacts with the color jitter settings. Now if you're not familiar with those, they were added last release. They were a bit buggy in that release, so this will improve them generally. And what they do is they randomly change the color per stroke, so you can get a nice build up of variety of colors. You can do something more subtle than that if you want. You could have hue right down and just have a small change to brightness and saturation, but you just get, quite nice natural variation in strokes, and a bit more organic feel to building up strokes. Now if you've set some jitter settings and then you use Repaint with jitter on, let's make them a bit more obvious. Oh, I almost forgot. You need jitter on, but you also need to say what to jitter. So you have to also choose recolor or resize. You can't jitter brush type. That would be crazy. So there you go. I'm jittering color now. Now if I choose resize, I'm going back to the color jitter tool. I've got to make sure I've got some value for size. There you go. And now I'm randomly changing color and size for brush strokes. That's pretty much it. I need to maybe finesse some of the interaction between the different modes. It can be a little confusing to remember to keep switching back to the tool. I've got to give that a bit more thought. But it all works quite nicely, and hopefully it's usable as it is.